sound. We went and looked at, where did I put that one thing? Did I not put it in here? Oh yeah, here we go. We went on a field trip, the most anticlimactic field trip on the planet, and we looked at this thing, which is a lot, but like small's important, right? When we're talking about energy and energy savings, we've got to look at stuff like this. Why would this school spend money on doing this? Because it's saving a crap ton of money. Okay, so yesterday, man, I'm all over the place. So I asked Mark to give me the numbers. Look at these numbers. This is insane for the amount of money that we're spending. Okay, so this was 2019. We don't have all he doesn't have all the 2020 stuff. He probably does at some point, but so this is 2019 at MES the Duke bill. Okay, so that's this rock right here. Okay, $56,000 for MES. Okay, NIPSCO, which is gas, 4,351. Centerpoint, 11,744. I had to ask what Centerpoint was. He says it's a thing that they pay into to get cheaper gas costs. Okay, so this number would go way up if this number wasn't there. That's how I explained it. MIS, okay, here we go. You ready for this? 48,000. Okay, so MES is winning at this point. NIPSCO, 3,000. And look at MJSHS. Okay, so this includes both. This is just our building. MAO is the junior high. Okay, $126,000 is the electric bill for this building. You think they want to bring that down? Heck yeah, they do. Okay, 10,000 for gas. Centerpoint, 32,000. The junior high, they were 50,000, 4,000, and 12,000. Okay, and then here's all the numbers kind of like together. Okay, for Duke, NIPSCO. So we're paying almost $300,000 for our energy costs in our corporation. Wow. Huh? That's a year. Yeah. Isn't that insane? That's insane. I would have never, I mean, I would have guessed like thousands of dollars, but not like six figures, right? For our building. Man, I used to have there's a teacher here. I'm not gonna name names, but like she would never she would turn these on and off. She's like, it takes more energy to turn them on and off than to just leave them on. I said, what? This makes zero sense whatsoever. Okay, right? So turn them off, save energy. I don't know why I just told you that story.
Well,
huh?
So I'm guessing what she was thinking is it technically can take more gas to start an engine than with an engine running on an idle.
Yeah.
For that same.
But we're not getting any gas.
I know, but I'm just saying that maybe it's where her
I
theory
see.
was.
Okay. Yeah. She was a little. So sustainable design is important. All these little things, and we are getting more sustainable. Okay, like the laptops are way more sustainable than like these old computers that I've got back here for our EKG stuff. But yet we're also adding to that energy consumption, right? Yes, this is more affordable, but think about all the servers that are taking up the energy to store all of our Netflix movies, right? Okay, so we talked a little bit about sustainable design there. Okay, for the most part, we're non-renewable. Okay, just 13%. Know that number, not necessarily the 13 itself, but the idea that for the most part, we are non-renewable. Okay, and that if we're talking about renewable energy, okay, combustible renewables are bigger than all the other things like hydro, solar, wind, and geothermal. Okay, so we're talking about the combustible wood, like wood, biofuels, that kind of thing, which are more of like the potentially renewable ones, right? This is such a small window. Okay, if we want to take a look at this, that's biomass, right? Whenever we hear biomass, think about like stuff that was living. I'm going to weigh that, corn, or all that stuff. What's that? Yeah, I'm going to put the questions out, I think, before spring break. So if you want to work on spring break. Oh, by the way, don't forget Thursday after school, if you can, we're going to choppy some stuff in the prairie. No worries. That's fine. But if you can, it'll be great. Ultimately, all the biomass comes from the sun, right? Okay. So even if we're talking about stuff like coal, natural gas, peat, all those things, photosynthesis had to be a part of that, right? That created that biomass, right? But if I want to look at stuff like wind and solar and hydroelectric and tidal, the sun is also important in all of those things. The ultimate source of energy. Yeah, could we? I'm sure someone's tried, right? Okay, that's kind of a no-brainer there. All right. So let's talk about active solar energy versus non-active. I put this in, and I showed you this picture yesterday. This is Fremont School. This is all the solar panels. It generates enough energy to power their school. Their monthly bill is like $24. And I think most of that's like service fees and taxes or whatever. Okay, they can actually generate enough energy to put that back into the grid. Okay, if you look at a solar array field, it's not that huge.
No.
We have the land to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly.
You first, Indeed. Yeah.
Have you seen the one like down by the Indianapolis airport?
Yeah, the Indianapolis airport is massive. They keep adding more and more to it. I don't know if they have any outside. They have to have probably some, but like, can you look that up, the percentage of that at Indy Airport? That'd be great. No, that'd be awesome to know. Like which kind of like solar panel they're using. Yeah, I don't know. I listened to the principal talk about how it was like a really hard thing to do. It wasn't like everybody was like, oh yeah, let's do this. But they were spending more than us on their corporation. I don't know why, if their school's just a little bit bigger. Okay, but I think it was like at least $500,000. I need to go back and look at that, and I need to find a better picture than that, at least now that I know. Okay, I mean, it's possible. I love the solar panels, but solar panels also have some like distractors or some disadvantages. What's one of the big ones?
They're not recyclable.
Okay, they're not recyclable. Okay, they're pretty energy intensive to make them. Okay, we gotta like get the silicone. Where's the silicone come from? How do you think we get silicone? We mine it, right? Okay, where's an easy place to find silicone? Super easy. Somewhere real close to us. Huh? Yeah, say it. Oh no, it does start with an S. I thought you said it. The sand, right? We can get it from sand, silica from sand, right? Okay, but it's really energy intensive to make those. Okay, but they last a long time. We could pay them off relatively quickly now. Okay, but there's another big one, and it's very evident in this picture. You have to, okay, that's not where, you said big old and then battery. But so, yeah, big old space. Can I do anything with this space? No. Okay, I could put solar, yeah, but like once they're there, I can't do anything with this space. Okay, some people don't like that. Some people do like it. Like in the airport, it's kind of cool when you drive in now and you see those things rather than just like ditches, right? I don't know. Like they weren't doing anything with that land. They were going to sell it to the mall, right? Put up some shops there. Okay, it's a secure area. right? So it's not like, let's open it up for people. You don't want strangers on your airport property. Okay, so it makes sense for the Indy airport. Okay, who might not like it if we put solar panels back here?
Teams, like
Sports teams, definitely. Sarbers can get pissed, right? Because that's gonna mess up his cross country. Run through them, that might be fun. Yeah. Okay, Oscar, be like American Ninja Warrior cross country. Okay, who might also, what other team might be bummed about it? Huh? Football, big time, right? Because there's all those practice fields out there, right? Jack probably won't like it because that means somebody might have to get on the big field. Okay, I mean, like, I love Jack. I'm just saying, yeah. Yeah.
So, it is, it's the home of the world's largest solar farm on airport property, 183 acres.
Dang.
It currently houses 87,478 solar panels, enough energy to power 3,675 average American homes per year. And from what I'm seeing, it actually isn't using the power of the airport. I mean, I'm sure some of it is, but they're kind of doing it as of like, hey, we have this bunch of land, we'll help. Like, it's also like the community around it is using.
Oh, so they're feeding it into the people around it? Whoa, that'd be cool.
Because it says the Indiana solar farm is a win-win for the community. It provides renewable energy to the electric grid and lowers emissions, improving our community's air quality. It also lowers Indianapolis's operating costs.
Whoa, that would be cool. So when people are like, oh, I hate the airport. Well, I wonder what, like, I need to ask somebody that lives near the airport what their energy bill is lower. Can you look that up? I think somebody on Reddit surely said something, right? I live near the Indianapolis airport. Is my electric bill lower? Something like that. Here's what they look like. Okay, we got a glass cover. We've got this contact grid. Okay, then this is the key. Okay, this negative and positive wafer where we're bouncing around these little electrons in the silicone. Okay, so basically there are these holes and we're replacing the holes with these electrons. Pretty cool. By the way, when you hear PV, that's photovoltaic. We don't really, we say solar panels, but please, if you see PV, hear me now. Like if you're spaced out at all, if you're on your phones, okay, listen to me. PV, photovoltaic. Okay, that's what we want. Okay.
I have a question. So
Yeah.
Is there a different material that we could use so it doesn't need silk?
Yeah, I think there are, but I don't know the answer. Let's watch this real quick. I like this little video.
Solar freaking roadways.
What are they?
They're solar freaking roadways. What do they want from me? Well, they're solar freaking roadways. Okay, so actually this time, what is it? It's technology that replaces all roadways, parking lots, sidewalks, driveways, tarmacs, bike paths, and outdoor recreation services with solar panels. And not just lifeless, boring solar panels. Smart, microprocessing, interlocking, hexagonal solar units. No more useless asphalt and concrete just sitting there baking in the sun, needing to be repaved and filling with potholes that ruin your axle alignment on your sweet ride, bro. These are intelligent solar panels. Replace the panel at a time if damaged or malfunctioning. They're covered with a new tempered glass material that has been designed and tested to meet all impact, load, and traction requirements. Oh, and did I mention that they're also solar panels? They generate electricity. They generate capital. They pay for themselves. And they keep paying more because we're not going to run out of sun for like 15 billion years. That lowers the cost of energy, unlike those bills in the mail that keep going up. And it's clean energy. Everyone can theoretically drive an electric car with no pollution and a minimal carbon footprint. Can you imagine how good our cities would smell? How much healthier we'd all be? Excuse me, young man. Am I being led to believe that this thing is some sort of thing? Yes, it's a thing, a real thing. And clean energy is only its primary function. Grab a notepad because this is where it gets interesting. For those in the north, the panels use energy they collect to power elements to keep the surface temperature a few degrees above freezing. They're heated. No more ice and snow on roads causing traffic delays, accidents, and injury. No more shoveling your driveway and sidewalk. No salt corroding your car or wasting tax money on snow removal. And you can ride your bike or drive your motorcycle all year round. Whoa! Every panel has a series of LED lights on the circuit board that can be programmed to make landscape designs, warning signs, parking lot configurations, whatever. These roads never have to have lanes repainted, just reprogrammed to whatever we choose or whatever works best. Imagine a highway road lighting up ahead of you. How much safer it would be to drive at night. There'd be improved visibility for pilots landing on solar landing strips. Imagine walking onto a solar recreation court and choosing a sports configuration. Want to play basketball? Cool. Kids want to play hopscotch and foursquare? Awesome. Ball hockey? Done. And with LED lights under your feet, it's gonna look like freaking Tron out there, but real, because this is the real world. Whoa. But these panels are also pressure sensitive, so they can detect when large debris like branches or boulders have fallen onto the road, or if an animal is crossing. It can warn drivers with LED text to slow down for an obstruction. I'm very, environmentally conscious. Good, because solar roadways use as much recycled material in their production as possible. Plus, the roadways have two channels that form what's called a cable corridor that runs concurrently with the roadways themselves. One part houses electrical cables, meaning power lines, data lines, fiber optics, and high-speed internet, which replaces the need for telephone poles and hanging wires that can be damaged during storms, causing power outages, or become extremely dangerous if severed either as fallen live wires or buried cables. The other channel captures and filters storm water and melted snow, moving them either to a treatment facility or treating them on site, greatly decreasing the amount of pollution that enters our soil, lakes, rivers, and oceans. I'm kind of broke, bruh. Yeah, no kidding. The economy is in the toilet. Do you realize how many thousands of jobs this could create and sustain? Talk about a hypodermic adrenaline shot to the heart of the manufacturing and infrastructure sector. And it pays for itself. They're solar freaking roadways. I have concerns about the future. Is this thing even possible? I told you, yes. Solar roadway technology was invented by engineering couple Julie and Scott Broussard in 2006. Two of the sweetest people in the world who met when they were 3 and 4.
Why don't we have solar freaking roads?
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you the sole and only reason.
We want to create problems for ourselves.
We enjoy burning coal. It's too
It
fun.
would stop all of the coal and oil industry.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
no,
it's pay for
I'm gonna
itself.
blame it all on the Democrats. No, I'm just kidding. It's their fault. And see. So you're right. Like, we have the infrastructure already, right? We already have all these roads. We know how to do it. Can you imagine like trying to like somebody like, okay, we got this great idea. Let's start switching this whole, okay? I mean, it's possible. Now I went on the internets, and if you're like bored over break, then you could do solar freaking roadways and like debunked, and you're gonna find a guy in there that swears more than any other person I've ever heard in my life. And he all talks about mathematically why this is impossible.
Why?
Okay,
Why is it
too.
impossible?
It's too much math for me, and I went, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I didn't agree with everything. Like, I kind of understood what you're saying, like, but it all kind of comes down to this idea of like, yes, these people got this to work at their house. Okay, but how are we going to get that on a mega level?
But then
It would be cool, right? I mean, I like the idea. The snow days might be a bummer. Yeah, right. You know, what if we could
But
just
I
melt the
didn't pick up.
snow?
I didn't pick up why they want to be like why.
You
Because
can
they
heat
see
'em.
themselves.
The roads would be heated, man. You'd heat the roads, and then they'd.
You know how many problems that would solve? How many car accidents it would save?
There's a lot of.
How would it work at night though?
How would it work at night? The solar panels would, like, they use solar to create the energy, right? So then there would be like, there's sensors in there that like would, you know, it's like I have those lights that come on at night, right? You know, like, cause I got that light sensor, right? When it gets dark, boom, lights come on. It'd be something probably similar to that. Yeah.
Somebody like created a sidewalk type of thing that like moves like as you step on it and like generates electricity.
Yeah. That's a really good one. Like you can like do this and then, yeah. So how much would it cost for you? Like here's the, oh, I do trust it, but let's see if it works. how much does it cost? You can actually do this. I'll send you this link. We're not gonna do this right now.
Temperate
But
glass,
this will
that
this will
sounds like a great gown.
Yeah, you know, like there's a lot of factors, you know, like, and there's a lot of risk. Like, you know, how would you ever get people to buy into this? Like maybe like a small town.
Manchester, here we go. Get Manchester University for it.
It would be cool to like have it like in like one area. Like I still have this dream of like shutting down Walnut Street, you know, like having there. What if we did a road there?
Why Walnut
I wish I had a lot of
Walnut's
money.
like the worst street in town.
Okay, what's that?
Why Walnut? Walnut's the worst street in town.
It's the dumbest street. Okay, but I don't know. Like it'd be fun to have. Wouldn't it be nice to have like an area, like a walking area there? Somebody get mad. Somebody's getting mad. Anyways, I used to make you guys do this stuff, but then it started sending people spam. If you want to do this, I'll send you the link, but you can figure out, okay, how much it costs for you to put solar panels on your house and what's the payoff. I will tell you that on average right now, the payoff is around 9 to 10 years. Okay, so when you put the upfront cost in, it's going to take, that means that's going to take you 9 years to make that money back. Not because someone's writing you a check, you're paying less in bills. Do you understand? So like the idea is if I'm paying $119 a month, then soon I'll be paying probably $130, $140 a month. Okay, once the AC turns on, what can I do if I put solar panels in there? You know, and that lowers it down to $80 a month, or maybe even $50 a month. Okay, then I'm not spending that money and I'm paying off the solar panels. Okay, it used to be, we're talking $30 years, 35 years. The technology's improved quite a bit. And also it's like this. You guys remember, well, you don't remember, geez, what am I talking about? When CD players came out, I was 16. I was like, I sometimes I forget what I'm talking about because I like you guys and I feel like I'm just hanging with you. When I got my first CD player when I was 16 and it was like $300. Do you guys remember maybe when Blu-ray came out? Okay, when Blu-ray came out, those were like $700 a Blu-ray player, right? And then people lost their minds when like the video game system like could also play Blu-ray movies. People were like, whoa, this is unbelievable. I can't believe this is happening, right? Like a CD player now, like, can you even buy a CD player?
You can buy it like,
$5, okay, something like that. You know, it's ridiculous, right? But like back in the day, like that cost comes down
so you're
eventually.
saying someday
More people
iPhones will
start
be
making-
like $10.
No, that's not gonna be like, because they got a corner on some of that stuff, you know, right? They keep getting it more expensive.
They're like $30 on Amazon.
$30, there you go. Okay, so here's an example of what I did before solar. Okay, I might be saving $130. Okay, that's impossible. I don't, you know, but that's on a really good day. Okay, that's the other thing. The idea is slowly paying that off so that this power cost with solar goes down over time. That's what we want to do. Okay, but you know, what are we doing here? Okay, the idea is I'm saving money, but I'm reducing carbon. Okay, it'd be like planting enough trees. And so this is a solar system from my house. If I wanted to put my house, I could save this much money. Okay, but I'm more interested in this because I don't know if you realize, we haven't checked this in a while, but look at the Keeling curve. I'm starting to kind of like slightly freak out about this. It's crazy. Do you guys remember when we looked at the Keeling curve before? What was it? What was it? 412 for you guys?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, so now it is. Look at, there's Jake Everett. Look at that guy. You remember this guy?
Yeah. How can I forget him?
I haven't seen his face in a long time. Here we go. Communication down March 27th. Communication down. What's going on? 416. That it is never okay. So typically in the past, when we did this in the fall, it'd be like 4, like something, right, and it may go up 1. Right, we were at 412. We've gone up 4 parts per million. That's like saying, is it
I
415?
don't know, I don't remember. It was 412 or 415.
Here, we can look it up.
It
Let's
would've been
go healing curve. I want to see if I can find here.
checked it in like August.
How do I? Can you search that way, or do I just have to go?
Just scroll down a bunch.
It's like I'm playing Cookie Mine, or what was that cookie tapping game?
He would be like rapidly tapping it in your lap.
Oh yeah, look like they're playing with themselves. All right, here's November 412. So we've gone up 4 parts per million during a pandemic. 411 air flights, people are traveling. Everyone's like, oh yeah, we're saving the planet, right? 411 in October. When school started, August, let's go all the way to August, September. When we start, August 12th.
What did you say? It was gonna, like,
450 is where we're like, oh.
So we're hitting that within like the next 5 years.
Here it is, August, what's our date? 413. 412, August 12th, the first day of school was 412. That's insane. Okay, so maybe we need some more stuff. This was, so here we go, payback, estimated cost per watt, annual power generated. If you want this, you want to do this, it's just good, just Google it and you can do that. Okay, this was from, I put this in, so Corey Osborne, Anna Osborne, they have solar panels at their house, and there's a really cool app. So you can get on this, it'll tell you a day, week, month, year, okay, and how much solar energy you're producing. Kilowatt hours, remember, is how you're measuring that. And so how many kilowatts per hour? That's your little spinny thing on your house, right? Okay. Okay, if you're using a lot of electricity, it's going like this. If you're not, okay, it's going like this. Right now, hopefully your homes are going like this. Okay, tonight when you're all home, everybody's at the Runkle house, fans are blowing. There we go. You can look at where they've had some peak energy. Okay, pretty cool stuff. This is a neat idea, right? So the system of mirrors. Okay, so we're concentrating all of these mirrors, all the sun's energy into this one thing. It's like Raiders of the Lost Ark, where they put that staff in, right? And the light comes in and Ark of the Covenant melts that guy's face off. Okay, this is in Spain. That's huge. Okay, most people in less developed countries use biomass, like wood, charcoal. You know how to make charcoal?
I know how to make charcoal.
Tell me how.
You burn wood.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you make it.
I know.
Okay, so you burn wood to make charcoal. And there's all kinds of YouTubes out there, like how to make good charcoal. Like it's kind of fun. I'm serious.
Good. Never mind.
What? Tell me. I want to hear what you were gonna say.
I know how to make some good kush.
Is that like drugs?
You whatever you want, I got it.
Okay, thanks. Let's talk after class. All right.
Pretty nice, by the way.
About your grade. Let's talk after class about your grade. Shut up. All right. Do we generate electricity at Salamone or Mississippi? No, we don't.
Why not? Good question.
It was only built for flood control.
You know what? Let's just stick a turbine in one of those chutes and call it.
I wish it was that easy. It'd be so cool. Once again, what am I doing? I'm turning a turbine, right? Okay. Water goes through, water comes out. This turbine's hooked up to a generator. We're going from potential energy to kinetic energy, right? What are some disadvantages of hydro? We already talked a little bit about this. Migration patterns of what? Fish or eels in our case.
Yeah, also,
Okay.
we still not know how eels reproduce. So is that still a thing? Like, we just don't know.
We know how they reproduce. We don't know where they're
I'm
reproducing.
gonna tell you how they reproduce.
We know it's in the Sargasso Sea, but there's some people that say like they don't want, we should not find out because
This
if
is
we
how
find
eels got
out,
started.
Yeah.
Davis.
it's kind of interesting. Yeah.
This is how eels got started. A snake and a fish outside from that big eel.
Did you know eel is a fish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think I'm not stupid?
No, I
I
didn't.
know a lot more things than what I put out there.
What else is building up behind a dam? Do you guys remember this? Sediment, right? Sediment could be good. Remember, sediment could be good in a field, could allow some nutrients to go into fields like when they're flooded. Those floodplains are really rich areas, right? Okay, but lots of sediment.
And then you tear the dam.
Boom, we tear that down. Yeah, that. Okay, here's hydroelectric power in U.S. Our nearest hydroelectric dam is in South Bend. Okay, we don't get a lot of hydroelectric power in our area, but notice out west, okay, tons. We got small hydro, okay. Then we got even smaller hydro. We don't have any down in Everglades. I don't know why there's excluded areas, but I mean, there's a lot out there, but not enough that it's gonna like make a huge deal. I like this run to the river system. Water's held behind a dam and runs through a channel before returning to the river. Okay, water impoundment, though, is like typically what we have. That's the salmon. Stored behind a dam, dam's open. Have you ever been to the salmon when they open that thing up? It's massive, right? You guys, great fishing too, right? No? Yes? Yeah, when they open the gate and it's just like this giant, like, I mean, it's like massive. It's scary massive. Pretty cool. Some of you got this right. It was my mistake, but Roosevelt Island uses tides. The moon helps create the tides. One time I asked somebody down in Florida, I'm like, can you explain the tides to me? Okay, like, how do you determine like high tide and low tide? And they said, I can, but I'm not going to. You need to accept that it's a complicated process. Use an app to figure it out. It's like, I accept that. Thank you. Okay, I don't want to know, but like, evidently, it's a complicated process. But there's all kinds of apps that will tell you all about when the tides are in and the tides are out. Let's talk geothermal. Geothermal gets weird, so I want to spend a couple minutes on this one. Does anyone in this room have geothermal at their home? You do? Cool. I think I've seen a picture of your geothermal. Is there one in my lecture? Yeah, maybe not. Okay, let's talk for a second about this. This picture sucks.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know why it's so grainy. Why did I include this and this in this lecture? Huh? This is in Bloomington, Indiana. I used to take a trip to a place called Buckner's Cave. This is Buckner's Cave. Have I told you about Buckner's Cave? I should Google this picture real quick. No, hold on a second. Let me mute this real quick. I just got an idea. So I was told I can't take kids anymore, which is a bummer, but it is a cave. We would go spelunking, and it was awesome. Hold on, let me show you this headline though. This is pretty ridiculous, but I can admit that I've been there. New York Times here, kids. So, student trapped in Indiana cave for 54 hours, licked water off the walls. Pretty funny. No, here we go. Can I please get a screenshot? Okay, so Buckner's Cave is in Bloomington, Indiana. Let me add this picture to my lecture because it's so fun. And so I found out about this because when I was in college, my buddy was from Bloomington, and he's like, we got to go to Buckner's Cave. And I was like, cool. So I had so much fun that I was like, I want to take students there. So I started taking students there. Then it started to get weird. So it's kind of in this secret location. I don't even know if I could get there anymore. Maybe surely on the internet they have a way to find it. It's called Buckner's Cave. It's guarded, or was guarded the last time I was there, by this crazy Vietnam vet that only had one leg, and you would have to like say secret passwords to get in. That was the last time I went. It was kind of nutty. But I had to assure him that I had been here before. I don't know. It was really a crazy situation. I had all these kids there. Okay. You would walk into the woods and you'd have to like kind of fumble around until you found this area. Once you found this area, then you would walk in, okay, to kind of this big room. The big room would be about the size of this room. Then like over here, I don't think I have a picture of this. Oh yeah, here's a picture of it. Okay. You would find an opening. Now, this is the size of Jabin, okay? This is what it was like for 500 feet. So this opening was like over here in this like little corner. It was about the size of the opening underneath my desk. You'd have to crawl on your stomach. This is going to sound really horrible, but like some people I had to tell, I'm like, look, man, you can't go. I'm sorry. They're like, why? It's like, you're just not going to fit, right? You know, like there's no, I don't want to lose you in there. And so you'd walk for about, or you'd crawl for about 500 feet, like on your stomach, and then it would open up. You kind of get on your knees for a while, then it would open up and you could stand. Okay. Do I have any other pictures? This guy, this is horrible. This guy, there was this spelunking group at IU. They all went in, they all had buddies. They all get out of Buckner's Cave, right? They're back on campus, they're talking. They're like, where's this dude, Johnny? I don't remember his name. And they're like, I don't know where Johnny is. I thought he was your partner. No, I thought he was your partner. They left him in. I will tell you, I've been in Buckner's Cave probably 12 times. There was one time where I panicked. I thought, I don't know my way out. Ooh, that was scary. I didn't tell anybody. We got out. I was like, yeah, wasn't that fun? I was like, oh, yeah, I'm glad you guys had fun. I was like, it was horrible. It was maybe one of the scariest moments of my life. Okay, but there you go. Why am I including these pictures in here when we're talking about geothermal? Yeah. Nice guess. Nice guess. No. It's all about the temperature. Doesn't matter if it was the dead of winter, if it's 40 below out there, it was always 53 degrees. Okay, wouldn't matter. We'd go, so I'd sometimes take kids and sometimes it'd be 120. Okay, and it'd be awesome because you get in that cave, it'd always be 53 degrees. Okay, no matter what. You didn't get stuck. You just got lost. You got turned around. Like once you get in there, man, if you don't know where you're going, there's like no map. There's no lights. There's like
there's only like one entrance, one exit.
Yeah, and but there's lots of places. Lots of, trust me, man. Lots of places in there. That's just an internal temperature, right? It'd be fun when we get out of there. And we'd walk out and like steam would come off of us, you know, like after it'd be like so we'd be so cold. It is really fun. Okay, but here's geothermal. Most of the geothermal at your house is, I'm gonna show you what the talk tomorrow. Hey, thanks everybody for sticking with me and listening to my crazy stories. Have a great day.
Why can't you go?
The school will not allow our insurance